It's another beautiful Monday morning, ladies and gentlemen, and we are here again for you. Trent, how are you this morning?
Well, I'm super excited to be on the show once again. You know, it's always a pleasure to be here. And trust me, there's a whole lot to talk about. NPFL, the Super Eagles of Nigeria too, and some other peripherals, talking about Nigerian teams in the continent of Africa and in USA too.
Interesting things right there, because the weekend was power-packed. Beautiful goals scored, a lot of excitement and some chaos in some parts of the country as far as NPFL is concerned, ladies and gentlemen. But first, let's talk about the match between Warri Wolves and Niger Tornadoes. Trent, I never believed Niger Tornadoes would be able to go all the way to Warri to get a point out of this game.
That speaks to experience and that speaks to preparation. When you're going away from home, I think this 1 point for Niger Tornadoes looks like a 3 points, because anytime you're traveling from wherever you are to play against any team that like have a little bit of experience in the Nigerian Premier Football League, that has a little bit of experience and understands the pattern of Warri Wolves. And let's not forget to Warri Wolves and a little bit in the bizarre situation when you talk about their coaches and everything. So a draw for Warri Wolves, a very good one. I just hope that they solve the problem of coaches being suspended or being sacked from the team and they get back to business, because see, the NPFL has started. You are not going to wait for the second stanza. You're not going to wait for match day 30 to start deciding if you want to stay in the league or not. It has started. Make sure you pick valuable points at home. And these 2 points dropped at home by Warri Wolves will definitely come to haunt them in future, because you cannot tell me that Warri Wolves will travel to Niger Tornadoes and pick 1 point. Niger Tornadoes is the team that they know what they want. They just go there and pick points away from home. But when you play them at home, they'll just come one goal and that's done. 3 points. 1 goal is 3 points for them. And that's what they play to do. You cannot see Niger Tornadoes scoring 4, 5, 6, 7 goals. Yeah, in the NPFL. But anytime you play at home, they'll score 1 goal. And 1 goal and keep a clean sheet. And that's 3 points for them. So I think for Warri Wolves too, they should learn from that. I understand they are coming from the NNL. That syndrome is still there. That mentality is still there. That they are coming from the second tier division. But they should understand that they have a greater challenge. And what's the greater challenge is to stay in the league. Then you know what it took them from the NNL to the NLO, from the NNL rather to the NPFL. It took years before they could come back to top flight football. So I don't want to see them in that situation again when they will have to start playing season by season in the NNL, being like an NNL perennial teams to come back to the NPFL. So they should lay their bet well and make sure they get into business proper in the NPFL. It has started, and trust me, if care is not taken, most of the NNL promoted teams will be seen going back to the NNL.
Well, definitely not most of the NNL promoted teams, because let's hold it there. I don't want to say that. But Coach Imama Makwakabo and his boys, Abia Warriors, defeated El Kanemi Warriors 2-0 in Umuahia Township Stadium. Trent, that's actually a good result there for Abia Warriors, considering the pedigree of football they play, where they are in the standings right now, and where they hope to be. Disappointing outing last time out in the CAF Confederation Cup, but do you think with this win, they have a chance to push further and maybe, give us some hopes that we'll see them again in the continent next season?
Well, I think for Abia Warriors, it's a very good display since they came back from the shambolic performance in the CAF Confederation Cup. That's like the first time they have been to the CAF, but they brought that experience back. They came back to show the NPFL team that we are big boys here. Since they came back from the CAF Confederation Cup, they beat Qualifiers United, and they have been picking major points away from home. Last week, they won their game. And this week too, they beat El Kanemi Warriors. Same El Kanemi Warriors that beat Kano Pillars last weekend in the Northern Derby. But they came to Abia State and they beat them by 2-0. That's 2 goals and a clean sheet. Imam Kabo, if he continues this way, trust me, if you can continue this way till the end of the season, he will definitely see himself, even in the CAF Champions League, but trust me, in the CAF Confederation Cup, because I really want to see them in the continent next season, because there's this kind of football they play. I understand they were so bad against their opponents in the continent at home. They were so bad, they were so wasteful in front of goals because of lack of experience. Yeah, I understand that so many people will be saying that, okay, yeah, they are in the continent, they are supposed to play like big boys too, but lack of experience. The opponent they played, the Joliba FC they played, are perennial Confederation team players. So they play in the preliminary stages anytime, any day, season in, season out. That's where they play. But Abia Warriors, this is the first time they have been to the CAF. CAF Confederation Cup. So if they can continue this way, I just want them to continue this way. Abia Warriors is the team that anytime I just fall back and look at them, they are giving Enyimba International a run for their money in Abia State. Because anytime people look at Abia State and they will see Enyimba International, but at the end of the day, something will just enter their head that, okay, Abia Warriors is here. And if you want to play Abia Warriors in the MPFL, you are playing against a big side. I don't want to know if they are winning laurels or not, but anytime you want to play against Abia Warriors, trust me, you are playing against a big side and they are keeping that momentum. Can they do this till match day 38 in the NPFL? They are currently second on the log. Would they still keep this momentum till the last match day? That's the big question. I don't know, because sometimes it can be a fluke. After the first stanza of the season, you start seeing them flattering to the TV. You start seeing them going 6 games in a row without winning any. Maybe they lose 3 and draw 3. So they just have to keep and continue this way. Well, for Economic Warriors, I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. They are away from home. And their last match, they beat their opponents, Kano Pillars. And you cannot come and beat Abia Warriors at home. But they should just know too that this is the MPFL. Anything you want to do to get points away from home, you have to do it. And that was what Abia Warriors did. They played better than Air Canada Warriors, and the better side won the game. So for Air Canada Warriors, they should just go back and pick major points at home. They picked 3 points at home last weekend. They understand that, okay, yeah, now we are going to play Abia Warriors. If you can pick 1 point, it's very good for us. But if you don't pick any points, people will understand. But it's football. It's a game of football. You have to have that winning mentality anytime, any day. Well, congratulations to Imama Makapabo. And for your Kanemi Warriors, they should just go back to their state and make sure that in their next game, they win their game.
All right. Kun Khalifat FC back in their home, the Danayam Stadium, in Owerri. They defeated almighty Enyimba FC 1-0. Trent. That's for me. That's the match of the weekend. That's the match of the weekend.
Well, that's the match of the weekend after the match. But before the match, that was not the match of the weekend.
Why I would say that's the match of the weekend? Kun Khalifat FC have been playing their home matches in the Enyimba International Stadium.
I understand that.
Yeah. This time around, they decided not to stay in the home of the home. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
They were not far away from home.
Okay.
They were at home.
Okay.
Yeah. So, see, that match is not the match of the weekend before the match. It's the match of the weekend after the result. Because no one in Nigeria would thought that with this kind of form Enyimba are going with since the beginning of the season, Enyimba has been up there. They have been taking their game to their opponents anytime, any day. But against Kun Khalifa, I never saw this coming. I never, ever saw this coming.
And you know what? Sorry, Trent. Now, we had only 2 teams before this match week.
Yeah.
We had only 2 teams, Enyimba FC and Rivers United, that did not lose any match so far this season. But right now, Enyimba have lost a match. It is only Rivers United that are currently playing right now as we speak. They are the only team in the NPFL this season that have not lost any match. Kun Khalifa did it.
Well, do you know one thing? For Bayelsa United too, Vincent, that traveled with his Flying Eagles, is back. And I just hope that he will be the one between the sticks for Bayelsa United as we speak. Because if he's the one, you want to prove a point against Rivers United. So Rivers United, you have to create a whole lot of chances to get past Vincent if he's the one standing between the sticks. But for Enyimba International, see something. There is this thing that many people say, Atije Atimola Mbaka. That's what happened in Enyimba International last season. But you see this season, well, you're looking at me. You don't know the meaning of what I just said. But
I don't know. What was he saying, man?
Our Yoruba fans, our Yoruba viewers, rather, will know the meaning of what I'm saying. Before this season, what that means is that what we will eat and drink is what we are looking for. And we all know the situation of Enyimba last season. It was what they will eat and drink that the people that was at the ends of affair were looking for. They were not really looking out for Enyimba International. Look at how they fared last season. Look at where they ended last season. But we are talking about this game against Kun Khalifa now. Kun Khalifa are playing at the Danayam Stadium. And I didn't mean Kun Khalifa started the season playing at the Danayam Stadium, did not have this backlash with. See, Kun Khalifa like the junior boys. How will you see your senior? It's just like you're in the, let me say secondary school now. And you're in SS3. And you're supposed to graduate to university. But you are repeated. And your fellow SS2 now jump over you and comes to the university, and you are still in the secondary school, or something like that, or maybe a carryover or something. Playing at home gave Kun Khalifa this 1 point, 3 points rather, because I didn't mean Kun Khalifa were playing at the Enyimba International Stadium. They have been playing their home matches in Aba at the Enyimba International Stadium. I didn't mean they get to play Enyimba International Stadium in Aba. Enyimba will humiliate Kun Khalifa. So I'm really happy for Qualifiers. I just hope that they continue this. You don't have to prove a point in the MPFL. If they want to stay in the league, this is how you stay in the league. You beat the champions, you beat the big boys to stay in the league in the MPFL.
Well, I hope this continues to go on there for Kun Khalifat FC as they continue to play their home matches in Danayam Stadium in Owerri. Wiki Tourist FC played 1-1 draw against Kwara United. Plateau United won Barrow FC 2-0 Trents. Plateau United. We know Plateau United have not been doing so well this season. They are bottom of the table. They are the they are the boys that everybody is beating, making sure they try to beat this season so far. But they were able to get 2 goals past Barrow FC, and that's a good result for them right there. Nasarawa United won Rangers International 2-1. Good results for Nasarawa United. And Nasarawa United, it's as if they are doing nothing, but they're actually doing something. Because as we speak, Nasarawa is up there on the log. They've been up there for some weeks now, and they're not going down anytime soon.
They're not going down anytime soon, but they will bottle it. That's just my fear. They will bottle it. That's just my... And if they bottle it, it's not as if they bottle it, they will come back to the second place to gain a ticket to the Champions League, or come back to the third place to gain a ticket to the Confederation Cup. They will bottle it, and if they bottle it, it's always very bad because they'll start seeing themselves in the 6th, 7th, 8th position. That was the same thing Shooting Stars of Ibadan did last season.
See, this, it doesn't look like what will happen. Nasarawa United have played 8 matches. They've won 6, draw 1, lost only 1. This is such a perfect result so far for Nasarawa United. They are up there, and I think they will stay up there for quite a while because leading the log with how many points now? 19 points.
Yeah. See, Nasarawa, I used to say this, that I just hope this is not a fluke. Salisu Yusuf, the coach of Nasarawa United, is a very experienced coach, and he's a coach that knows how to grind out the result with young lads. And he's the coach that might actually take over the job. Flying Eagles and stuff. There is a link, but it's not yet confirmed yet. He's a coach that knows how to groom young talents. He's a coach that knows how to use the available resources to get the job done. See, Anas Yusuf is not banking goals for them this season, but he's still there in the team, and he maintains the young man. And they are playing good brand of football. That means last season, that's to show you that he was not building his team around Anas Yusuf last season. He was building his team around everybody in the team. Now that Anas Yusuf is not getting the goals for the team, he's on top of the log. Who can tell you, maybe if Anas Yusuf comes back hot and picks his form back and starts scoring goals week in, week out, that's why United might likely just run away with it. But for me, let's just hope that they continue like this, because if they start losing their games, it will become really bad for them. Abia Warriors are in the mix, Enyimba are in the mix, Rivers United too with some games in hand, Shooting Stars too is in the mix, and Ikorodu City, don't write them off. They are coming back in second stanza. Talking
about Ikorodu City were able to win their match against Bendel Insurance, 1-0 against Bendel Insurance. Katsina United won. Remo Stars, come on Trent. This one, we just have to talk about it. Katsina United, 3-1 against Remo Stars. Did you see that coming?
I don't see that coming. But I thought it would be a draw. But even though Katsina would win this game, I thought it would be like a 1-0 victory. But scoring 3 past Remo Stars, there is no excuse. They deserve. Katsina United played the better football, and there is no excuse for that.
And quality goals scored in that match.
Quality goals.
We've been talking about it quite a number of times now, that the Nigerian league, the NPFL, has improved so much that the quality of goals scored is like, it's the EPL standard.
See something. So I said this to someone, that if at all there is no more goal in the MPFL, maybe from match day 9 to match day 38, and we don't see any goal, everyone plays 0-0. Don't worry. The kind of goals that have been scored from match day 1 has covered up everything for the whole season. Because every week out, these people just saves us with good play, good build-up. If it's not a good goal, it will be a crazy assist out of this world. And I'm really happy currently. And for Remo Stars, they are not defending this title. They will not defend it. Don't let anyone lie to you.
Don't you think it's too early to say Remo Stars will not defend this title?
It's not too early. And I don't know why we don't talk too much about Katsina United. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because anytime we talk about Northern football, we look at Kano Pillars alone. We talk about Kano Pillars alone. But Katsina United have been doing this over the years. It's just that they have not been in the continent, and they are not known for bad things, and they are not known for good things.
Well, talking about the Northern clubs here in the MPFL, Trent, Well, before we go there, I said it earlier that Rivers United currently are playing against Bayelsa United. That game was postponed yesterday due to heavy downpour and is currently ongoing.
There is before we move to that end, there is a club that is suffering from disease currently. Bendel Insurance. I don't know what's happening to Bendel this season. They lost their last game against National United. National United beat them 1-0. Now they've lost again against Ikorodu City. Greg Ikenoba. I don't know. Like, I don't even know why they had issues with Monday Odigye. The coach that brought them from the NNL, he single-handedly brought them from the NNL, had a very perfect run, won the FA Cup, took them to the continent, and they parted ways with him. Now brought Greg Ikenoba. What do you want him to come and do? Now look at the situation of Bendel Insurance. Bendel Insurance on a normal day against Ikorodu City. But see, they are suffering from a lot. I just hope that they find something to do about their coach. Well, maybe start sending him packing, open the doors for him.
Well, Coach Monday Odigye is not the only man. He's not the only man that can do the job. Trust me, he is not the only man that can do the job. Because without him, Bayelsa United are doing great. Moving on to the next match to recruit trends, Kano Pillars 1-1 against Shooting Stars. That was a disaster match at the Sani Abacha Stadium in Kano.
That was the match of the week.
With so much disaster, with so much chaos. I don't know what, for now, I don't know what NPFL are going to talk about this, because we saw footages of fans going into the pitch, harassing the players of Shooting Stars and also threatening the life of the officials of that match. They had to run for their life. And at the end of the day, it was the players of Shooting Stars were escorted out of the stadium by police, security operatives. And this is not the first time this has happened in Kano. A couple of seasons ago, they had the same situation in Kano. And here we are again. In 2025, we are seeing something like this happening again in Kano. Trends. How far can we go and how well can we do in improving the football in Nigeria?
See, the fact is that anytime we are clamoring for the development of football in Nigeria, we used to look at visualizing everything, getting TV rights, making sure that clubs, media do very well. But look at this. Just imagine the fans. You barely see this anywhere in the world. I don't know what is wrong with Kano Pillars and their fans. Even the general manager of Kano Pillars ran for his life. He was at the side pitch encouraging the boys to play good football. The general manager, the captain of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, he was there. But what happened? See, this is the ugly part of Nigerian football, and it's too much. It's too much. We saw something like this. I think, was it last season? Or two seasons ago?
About 2 seasons ago.
Rangers against Eyimba International. We saw something like this. Exactly. And that one was bad because of the whole hype. Everything. Like, MPFL were trending number 1 on X. For MPFL to be trending number 1 on X, do you know the kind of publicity everybody, that means like almost 70% of the citizens in Nigeria were aware of that game. Eyimba International against Rivers. Rangers International against Eyimba International, because it was played at the Cathedral. But at the end of the day, what happened? And at the MPFL will come out to say that they are giving sanction. They will sanction Kano Pillars. They will deduct 3 points and they will pay 2 million naira or they will pay 5 million naira. Will 5 million naira solve this? It's just 3 points. 3 points is just like you losing a game.
Let's see what MPFL are going to say about this.
That is what they will say
in a few days to come, because this is something that cannot be swept under the carpet. It has happened before. It's happening again. I feel pity for Ahmed Musa, because that's a man who is trying so much to develop football in this part of the country. He's giving so much. Here again, we are seeing this happen. And it's quite unfortunate that's happening.
If Kano State, Kano Pillars fans cannot respect Ahmed Musa, they cannot respect anybody. There is no one that will come to their rescue. They cannot respect anybody. Trust me. The NPFL board will come out and give a fine of 5 million naira. Let me tell you what I feel should be done. Fine Kano Pillars, 10 million naira. Deduct the 3 points. Not only that, ban them for using the Sani Abacha Stadium for the next one season, till the end of the season. Bring them to the east to play their own matches. And from there, when they suffer relegation again, I think they will learn.
Well, friends, let's see what happens. Like I said earlier, let's see what MPFL is going to say in a couple of hours from now. Trends, if you're just joining us, this is the Locker Room Central. Do well to follow us on all our social media platforms, X, Instagram, Facebook, and on TikTok. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification button, please, and you'll get to see every video as it drops. It is not only in Kano that ugly things happen. Ugly things also happen in Chile. This time around, it was not chaos, but ugly football happening to the Flying Eagles of Nigeria. Unfortunately, they crashed out of the Under-20 World Cup ongoing in Chile in such a manner that, I don't know, humiliating manner that Argentina had to defeat Nigeria 4-0. Come on, they could have done better.
See, many people are saying it's a revenge mission from Argentina. See, it's not any revenge mission. The Flying Eagles play rubbish. They are not good. I don't know the kind of players they have there. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like, under 17, under 20, the men's national team. We don't even know where under 23 are. The men's national team, that's the Super Eagles. What is really happening to football, men's football in Nigeria? What is really the problem? Can't we just have a good setup? Can't we just have a good coach? Can't we have a good recruitment system? You just wake up. Let me tell you where the problem started from. The problem started from when Ladambosu left. Yeah? He had a set of players that he uses under 20. The players will turn to 21. They will advance and they will not be eligible to play in the under 20. Now, you will recruit other players, teach them, acclimatize with the other boys that are there. Aliou Zubero came with his own philosophy, with his own style of play, with his own squad, with his own favorite players he needs. He brought them in the Wafubi. The same players using the Wafubi was not the same players using the under-20 AFCON. The same players using the under-20 AFCON were not the same players using the under-20 World Cup. Why? You cannot just wake up and start making decisions. If you look at the Argentine team, they have been from the under-17, most of them from the under-17, went on to play their own regional tournament, qualify for the under-20 World Cup. They still use them. But now, most of the players, see, in the Wafubi, we saw players of Remo Stars, but in the under-20 AFCON, no single player from Remo Stars, from Beyond Limit rather, no single player from Beyond Limit. Now, which players qualified them to the under-20 AFCON? Most of the players were from Beyond Limit. But when they got to the under-20 AFCON, we did not see any of them. From the under-20 AFCON now, you dropped about 9 players and brought in about 9 new names to the under-20 World Cup. What is really happening to Aliou Zubero? It doesn't that this team you cannot just call up players to play games. This is not the MPFL. This is not Wafubi. This is not Inter Sport. This is the World Cup. This is the World Cup, for crying out loud. So I don't know. The progression is what we have. What we need. This is a long-term plan. You cannot just wake up and do a short-term plan and feel that it's going to work. It can never work anywhere in the world. It can never work anywhere in the world. Even for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. These players have to understand the system. They have to understand the ball pattern. They have to understand what it takes to wear that badge as a player of Nigeria, playing in the world stage. Because after the World Cup, it's the under-20 World Cup that is the biggest. Now they went there and flattered to deceive. And they will come back again. And you know what? The under-17 too did not even win the Wafubi tournament. What next? They will come back now. And let me shock you. The next Wafubi tournament, qualified tournament to the under-20 AFCON, do you know what will happen? We'll see new set of players. New set of players that we have not seen from anywhere. Because most of these players now, Sanusi Leman, all of them, Daniel Bamiyi, they'll grow past that age. They'll be 21. Yeah, 21. And they will not be eligible to play for Nigeria again, for the Flying Eagles of Nigeria.
Well, Trent, if you're talking about the ages now, how they will grow past being 20 years old, definitely that's something I don't want to start talking about right now, because I don't know how many of these guys that we see in that squad were really under 20. Seriously, I don't know how many of them. But let's not go there, like I said. But talking about the progression in this age grade football in Nigeria, I think it's about the problem of football management, like we've been talking about over time now, that a NFF has a lot to play. I mean, bulk of this is something NFF should they should have a way of dealing with this. You can't just employ a coach and he would just decide that, okay, I pick from here. And also don't forget, according to you now, the what do you call it now, external factors, external factor, can also be a part of, can also be one of the factors that actually affected this team, because I don't understand how qualifiers, different set of players who play, Waffle, Zombie, different set of players. AFCON, different set of players.
World
Cup, different set of players. So how do we intend to put up a squad that will end up becoming a team that will progress? But let's not go further, because if you want to talk about it, there's a whole lot we can talk about. But before, we can't just go without talking about the almighty Super Eagles of Nigeria, Trent.
Which almighty?
Come on, this is the giant of Africa as far as football is concerned. I don't know how you're feeling, and I do not care.
There is that there is to say you send butterflies in my stomach, something like that. That's what you are doing to me right now. Because what do you mean by the giant of Africa?
Well, tomorrow, 5 p.m. Nigerian time, Super Eagles will be having their last encounter as far as this World Cup qualifying series is concerned against Benin Republic. That game is going to take place in the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, the nest of champions. Trent, before this match, Nigeria played against Lesotho in a match that we hope to have seen Nigeria scoring a lot of goals, because they were playing against Lesotho. But at some point in that match, we struggled, and we conceded some very silly goals. Some bit of indisciplines here and there from some different players amounted to us conceding a goal. What do you think is really going on with the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the momentum there in the camp, and psychologically where they hope to be? Do you see this team going to the World Cup next year?
They don't care. They don't care if they go to the World Cup or not. They don't literally care. They don't give. I don't want to say what I'm not supposed to say, but I don't think the Super Eagles players, they know what it means for them to see themselves in the world stage. They're playing clubs in Europe, and most of their teammates have qualified already to the World Cup, and they'll be watching their teammates away from home.
Well, Trent, let's do this. For Nigeria to qualify for the World Cup, they need to beat Benin Republic and hope that Rwanda would defeat South Africa.
Yeah.
And they need to score at least 3 goals past Benin Republic.
Yeah.
Do you see that possible?
It's possible. Out of 100%, I think I'll give them 20%. It's possible. Because no one thought that Zimbabwe would hold South Africa to a draw, despite a red card. Zimbabwe getting a red card in that game.
They say it is football, anything is possible. But do you think that Stanley Nwabali, with the performance you saw on Friday, will be able to keep a clean sheet against Benin Republic?
Stanley Nwabali is overhyped. Number one, let's look at the track record. How many clean sheets has he kept for the Super Eagles of Nigeria since becoming a keeper? He's not playing for the best club in South Africa. He's not playing for Mamelodi Sundowns. He's not playing for Orlando Pirates. He's not playing for Kaizer Chiefs. He's not playing for Richard Bay. He's not playing for Stellenbosch. Which club is he playing for? Chippa United. And they actually have an issue about transfer. He wants to leave. The club they are going back and forth with everything. Stanley Nwabali is not the keeper we think he is. For real. Like, I'm saying this and I'm saying it with all my chest. He's not the keeper we think he is, and Nigeria think he is, because Stanley Nwabali reviewed himself to us in the last AFCON. And we saw that, the goalkeeper department has been solved. The problem has been solved. We suffered a whole lot with Uzo. We know what we faced with. We know what we faced with Maduka Okoye. We know what we faced.
Now, Trent.
Now
I'm trying to narrow this conversation to the squad we have right now.
Yeah.
Do you think Stanley Nwabali can keep a clean sheet against Benin Republic?
I don't think.
You don't think so? Okay, now let's go past that. Sheyi came in. Semi Ajayi came in and almost led us to conceding a goal. Where do you think the mix-up is coming from? And do you think it was a mistake having him in the squad?
It's not a mistake having Sheyi in the squad, Semi Ajayi in the squad, because Semi Ajayi is like, many people say that he's like the next Trustekong. He was the next person that will take over if Trustekong finally hangs his boot as a national team player. Yeah, he's got the experience. He's got what it takes too. He has been in this game for a couple of times now, a couple of years now. Semi Ajayi came in. Everyone saw Stanley Nwabali coming out. Number one. Maybe Semi Ajayi saw him. Maybe. I'm saying maybe. No. I'm saying maybe. As a goalkeeper, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to command the defense. As a goalkeeper, you're supposed to command the defense. You're supposed to say, you have come out. Leave the ball. It's my ball. Say something.
Trent.
Do you know if he said something?
Trent. Both of us were not there on the pitch. Okay?
Then we don't know what happened.
We saw visuals
Yeah.
of Shemi going for the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as the last man standing, was that the proper thing to do at that point?
He was going for the ball. He went for the ball.
Yeah.
He didn't paddle back well. That was the problem. That was the problem.
I'm not trying to push. I'm not trying to push blame to either Shemi or Stanley Nwabali.
See.
But in a proper perspective, okay, let's look at this. Is it the right thing to have gone for the ball at that point and lose it?
Hold on. I know who I'm putting the blame on. I'm putting the blame on Stanley Nwabali. I'm putting the blame on Stanley. The stuff is that, see, you are afraid.
No, come on. It's not just about. See, no, Trent, hold on. Hold on. Before we proceed, it's not about coming here to say you put the blame on Stanley Nwabali.
Yes.
I saw the game from start to finish. We saw others play, and you came in. You were brought in at that point of the game, and you want to bring in such a confusion at that point.
Hold on. I don't know. I didn't mean we had something here like Stanley Nwabali and Semi Ajayi. I would have done a little bit of experiment here.
Yeah,
he was paddling back.
Nwabali, yeah,
came out,
left
his duty post.
No, hold on. Nwabali came out.
Yeah.
Imagine he did not come out. Imagine he did not come out and Semi lost the ball like he did.
The ball would have went out.
No.
It would have easily, it would have gone out like...
Trent, the ball hits Stanley.
Yeah.
And that reduced the speed of the ball going into the net.
See.
So let's not push blame to Stanley. Stanley Nwabali
that was the defense
has his
miscommunication.
moments, okay?
Yeah.
But I think Semi came in and he just came in and announced himself wrongly, and that was bad.
He did, I don't think he announced himself wrongly, but that was defense miscommunication between Semi Ajayi and Stanley Nwabali. Now, since we are talking about Stanley Nwabali, let's talk about the goal he conceded.
Trent,
listen.
Trent, we are not going to sit here and
let's talk about the goal he conceded.
He conceded a goal, yeah.
Did you see how he conceded the goal? That's why everybody are pushing the blame on him. This is not the first time Stanley Nwabali is doing that.
Trent.
He did that against Zimbabwe. He did that against their last opponent, Rwanda, at home. So what we say, even in Chupa United, he does that too. Against Lesotho, he did that. What happened? Why would you beat the ball like this? In your duty post, he has been doing that. This is not the first time. We can never blame a player for doing something the first time. We cannot. We are Nigerians. We know how to defend our players.
Okay,
can I go on now? It's just like True Second. We are not blaming him because of that own goal. We are not blaming him. But if he does it again, that's when we'll come for him.
Can I go on?
That's how it is. You can go on.
It's not about raising your voice.
I'm not raising my voice. I'm not raising my voice.
Putting blame on anybody. I'm only saying you came in at that crucial time of the match, and you think it's okay for you to do that as a central defender.
So
that was so wrong at that time, because that's the time everybody needs to be on alert to make sure we deliver the match.
You just have a personal problem with Semi Ajayi. No, but now imagine both of
us talking right now. Who looks like he has a personal issue on someone?
You have a personal issue with Semi Ajayi because you are not talking about the bad part of Stanley Nwabali. Yes, you're only talking about the bad part of Semi Ajayi. Yes, that is it. Imagine Adams Akko did not score that goal. It would have been 1-1. Imagine Adams Akko did not score that goal. It would have been 1-1. Whose fault is it?
Can I go on now?
You can.
Okay. When you meet Stanley Nwabali, Trent, I mean, you cannot. You know where they are right now. You can go meet him, sort yourself out with him. But what I'm saying is, okay, now let's look at the attack. The combination of Tolu and Victor Osimhen. Do you think it worked?
It didn't work. But I think they should give them more time. That's like the first time we have seen that kind of combination in the history of Nigerian football. So I think they should give them more time. It would have worked. But playing four-man attack, playing Tolu, playing Osimhen, playing Ademola Lookman, and playing Moses Simon, that's, for me, I just have this opinion that Ademola Lookman should be brought in the second 45.
Unfortunately,
Ademola Lookman should be brought in.
Ademola Lookman is not going to be available for this match.
He will not be available for this match, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
How is it a good thing?
How many matches has Ademola started in these World Cup qualifiers? How many matches has he played? How many goals have he scored? How many goals have he assisted? Yeah? Moses Simon will play Ademola Lookman's wing, and he will create a goal. Moses Simon, against Lesotho, he caused the penalty. Trustekong scored. Play Moses Simon and play a good right wing forward.
And who is the right wing forward?
Chukwueze. Come on.
Okay, now, beyond Chukwueze, Moses Simon, Victor Boniface. Sorry, come on, what's that? Victor Osimhen and Tolu.
Yeah.
Where do we fall back on?
Fall back on like how? In what context?
This is the arsenals we have at the moment.
Yeah.
We start them. Mm-hmm. And when we need substitute, who do we bring in?
We don't start 4 attackers. That was why I say that starting 4 attackers was not advisable. Starting 4 was not advisable. You start Victor Osimhen. Yeah. You start Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen self. Okay, let's just say you start Victor Osimhen because he needs to start. He's a big player, yeah? You start Victor Osimhen, you start Samuel Chukwueze, and you start Moses Simon. Moses Simon can run for 90 minutes. He's not tired. Moses Simon can run for 90 minutes. He's not tired. Then, when you start the 3 of them, 60 minutes, you pull out one person. You pull out Victor Osimhen, bring in Akko Adams. Easy. Then in the midfield, Wilfred was not in the game against Lesotho. It was glaring. Iwobi is like a player that when you are seeing him in the moment, it feels as if he's not playing anything. But when you come back and assess the game for full 90 minutes, you say, this guy tried a whole lot. He tried a whole lot. I'm really sad that Dele Bashiru is not here. Because Dele Bashiru is that player that, okay, I know that he can even play behind the striker too. He can play in the attacking midfield role too. But we cannot start talking about him right now because he's not here. So, just play Chukwueze, 3-man defense, 3-man attack, 3-man midfield, and the way you play your defense. I don't know even the defense combination. Calvin Bassey, Benjamin Fredericks, Trustekong, then the left back Bruno Emechi. So I think that defense is okay. It's okay for me. And the midfield too, Wilfred Ndidi should be there, and Alex Iwobi, obviously. I don't know the last midfielder they are going to chip in there. I don't know, but that should be it. Well, and any lucky person can just take the last row.
Well, for me, do all you can. Just make sure you score goals. That's what we need right now. Because if magically Rwanda defeats South Africa, you will need that goals to take you through to the World Cup. Because the only chance available is just for you to top in Group C. If you don't top Group C, there's no chance for you in the playoffs because, come on, We have a whole lot. There's a lineup of countries that have done better, way better than the Super Eagles of Nigeria, way better than Group C as it stands currently. So we don't even stand a chance in that conversation. Only thing we need to do right now is to make sure we score 3 or more goals against Benin Republic and pray that Rwanda defeats South Africa. That's the only chance for Nigeria to travel to the World Cup 2026. Trent, your parting shots.
Well, my parting shots goes to all fans of Kano Pillars. You have to understand that this is just a game of football. You don't have to fight. You win, you lose, you draw. That is all the result that comes out in football. And most of our fan base are Northerners. So please, I don't want to sit down here talking about you guys in a bad way all day long. Do something good, then we'll talk about you for the rest of my life. Just make sure that you behave well. Just encourage your fans. Just teach them. Just tell them. Make the awareness. Anywhere you go to, you don't have to fight. It will not take anything. Instead, it will be hurting you guys. Because now you're fought, you feel you have punched a player or stuff. At the end of the day, your point will be deducted. You will pay. And at the end of the day, you might not even watch football at the Sani Abacha Stadium. Maybe except from Barra FC if they get to play. So it's really bad. So Northerners, please make sure that this does not repeat itself. Thank you very much. I do appreciate.
Well, our Northern football lovers, we love you. We see what you do. We see the follow, we see the likes, and we see the subscription. Please continue to do so. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the notification button. Follow us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X. We love you. And this is the Locker Room Central. My name is Bill. We're out.